Hi, I'm Father Peter Vasco, President of the Franciscan Foundation for the Holy Land. Recently, I have been receiving many calls from our supporters back in the United States concerning the effects that the coronavirus is having over here in regards to the everyday life of our local Christians. As you know, the number of cases with the coronavirus changes from day to day, but as of this viewing, Israel has over 6,000 cases, of which 140 have recovered, with 16 deaths. The West Bank, which includes Bethlehem, Jericho, Ramallah, and other towns, have reported 120 cases, of which 22 have recovered, along with 2 deaths. As far as visitors, no foreigners are allowed to enter Israel unless they have a special permit in advance and can prove that they can quarantine for 2 weeks after their arrival. As regards our Christians, and based on Israeli governmental restrictions, all houses of worship can remain open for private prayer, but with only 10 people. Police are there to enforce the restrictions. To counter some of these restrictions, the Franciscans are now providing access to the Holy Mass via the internet each and every day from our Church of St. Joseph in Nazareth. Many calls have been coming in from the Catholic faithful, thanking us for finally making the Mass available to them. Sadly, from a recent decree from the Vatican, it looks like Palm Sunday and Holy Week, along with Easter services, will not be open to the public, but only televised or on internet. It is indeed a sad day for all of us not to worship publicly during the holy season of Christ's resurrection and his crucifixion. As far as Catholic funerals are concerned, the new restrictions dictates that the body must now be brought directly from the hospital to the cemetery for interment services by the priest. Only the immediate family can attend. Now, on a more positive note, the Franciscan parishes, both in Bethlehem and Jerusalem, are now providing needed food supplies to those who are unable to come out of their residences, to those who are sick, and lastly, to any elderly couple asking for help. The food packages are being delivered by our Boy Scouts to each residence and placed outside the recipient's door. The funding for this project began with the parishes, and now I'm happy to say that the Franciscan Foundation for the Holy Land is taking up the cause and now subsidizing the program. Recently, though, the Latin Patriarchate has provided some assistance. In conclusion, it is indeed a difficult time for so many people around the world who have contacted this virus, including the United States. Some are asking why this is happening. Some say God is punishing mankind for the great evils that we continue to do. Others say it is God's way of getting our attention back to him. But in either case, it will always be our deep faith in God that will pull us through these dark times. That is why we should use this time to pray more, to say the rosary, to read sacred scriptures, and to be strengthened by following the Mass on television. Here in Jerusalem, I am praying for each of you, asking God to protect you, to give you strength and fortitude so as to draw closer to Christ in these troubling times. But above all, be positive, for there is always light at the end of a dark tunnel. So trust in his love for you. May this Easter bring you new hope, knowing that it is only through him, with him, and in him that we are all fulfilled. Pax et bonum.